Hi, I'm Spreadsheet, and welcome back to No Bonusing, the Throne stage. This time, we have Ginga 4. So, this throne is a little special because 7 out of the 9 tribes that I've cleared with, I beat without beating normal 40, which means that, as you can tell on screen, damage balls are going to fall like they've never fallen before. It is genuinely ridiculous. If they didn't have the damage ball seal, this would easily be the hardest throne, maybe besides like all the nerfing ones. So, as I'm reusing Natsune, because, I don't know, I just didn't take Fumihime off. I just didn't take her off, honestly. I used Free-to-Play Charming one time, and I didn't. And I also didn't get her EX pop to a G-Salt. So as you can tell, over a good almost half my board is just purely damage balls. And because there's so many damage balls, Puni aren't falling very consistently. So, right here, I just run out of Soultimates. But thankfully, redrop happens. So, yeah, pretty lucky. I think this was my first. It might have been my first try. So this was the first team that I cleared with. We're just going to be going in the order that I did these clears with. And as you can see, thankfully, Komaki Komami, even with the regular Soultimate, is able to kill. And I would hope so, because they have tribe advantage. Aye. Hey you, are you an artist? If so, I'd like to invite you to our Discord server, where we're currently having an art competition for who can make the best banner for the Discord server. There are a bunch of rules in here, which, don't use AIR, it's typical stuff. So, why would you? Because, you probably get more money off of a commission. Well, we're going to give you a free Ohajiki carry all the way up to Super 15, or Golf, whichever one comes first. It doesn't say Super 15, but I'll make sure it happens. And even if you get second and third place, you'll still get some pretty nice rewards, and you will be given a role that will ensure everybody knows how much of a GOAT you are. The event goes on until the 28th of November, which I know it's only like 10 days, but it started yesterday, and if you were in the Discord, you would already know that. So yeah, hope to see you there. Next up, we have the Mysterious team. Now, I actually wanted to not use the strongest Mysterious team, but damage balls are kind of a pain. So this is the first time I'm going to be able to use Mika for a no bonus, and I'm very happy because, she's a really good EX popper. So the problem with this stage is, well, as you can tell, there's a ton of damage balls, and even if you do that cool little strategy where, the damage balls are, like, popping and you move a big Puni over to, like, pop it from a different part of the board, the more damage balls will just fall after you do that, so it's you're kind of just delaying the inevitable. So a good strategy is to just have a bunch of popping Soultimates, maybe spam an EX popper every now and then. So, yeah, it's kind of just it. With standard Mysterious stuff, EX popper, Aqua. I didn't get enough for an Aqua Soultimate, so I have to do another Miko, which is fine because, damage balls are a pain. Then we do another Aqua. Like, half the Soultimates we do is just Aqua, because she just hits so hard and gets buffed by 3 Unity characters. Then we use Arle, because she almost does as much damage as Aqua. And then I think I use Kira Chara to finish it off, because, well, heal is pretty useful. I don't know if I needed the heal, but I just did it anyways, because why not? He had a G-Soultimate. So yeah, there we go, and we got a guard. 1.58 million is pretty nice. And this, by the way, this throne has 1.5 million HP. That's a lot. Next up is the Shady team. Now, a lot of people don't like that I use Lolita Pecora, which I don't care. She's really useful. Like, of course, it doesn't always, get you the Jane's Ultimate, but it's very easy to reset if you don't. And even if you do get, like, tons of Lollipecos and Hinos, you can get bonus balls. Now, it's not really too good when damage balls are constantly falling, which is actually something that gets another tribe later, but not Shady because, we got a lot of guards. By the way, most of these were done, like, first, second try, so they're not nearly as optimized as, like, normal. So, like, other, like, lower tier tribes, I will have to, like, try more, but Shady, I can do whatever with Shady, and it just works. They're really good. And also, they don't need a UZ Unity because they already have 2. And, like, remember, my Hino and Galapion are LB0, so technically, they should be doing even better than this under, like, normal circumstances. So then we get 1.24 million, because, of course. Then I think, I don't know why I do a Hino instead, but it doesn't really matter, because thankfully, we're able to finish it off. 1.49 million. Not too bad, considering all the lack of LBs and G-Salts and all that. Next up is the Slivery team. Now, I am a good believer that Mercury Death is way better to bring than low tier Shu, because, well, a lot of people want to act like you can just always get a second Seiryu Ultimate, but no. But with Mercury Death, the Slippery is 100% consistent, essentially, once you get in Fever Time, which we'll be able to see right here. Now, I decided to go for a funny strategy because of all the damage balls, And as you can see, linking Ryuta right there. So what we do is EX Popper, then Fever Extend, then we use Mercury Death to get a second Ryuta Soultimate, because, Soultimate fill. And then we do another Ryuta, let the EX Pop go. And because Drop Big Chainer Soultimate, we get this Ultimate back. Then we do Soultimate fill again. Can you guess what we do next? Another EX Pop. Yeah, so I kind of just loop this over and over again. I think I do a Kegre Zolchton Soultimate. It's, pretty easy. I do Seiryu. He's still G1, by the way, so the damage technically goes up to 1.7. It's pretty good in my opinion. If you thought 2 screens for Tough last time was a lot, now we have 3. Yeah. So on the left, we have my first run with Tough, which is Jupiter Death with the Damage Ball Seal not done. Then we have Jupiter Asu, and then another Jupiter Death, both with the Damage Ball Seal done. So on the left side is, the more difficult run. And then I decided to use Jupiter Asu and then another Jupiter Death just to strictly compare them without triple OPC, because with triple OPC they do essentially the same damage. JD does a little bit more, just barely, just because he has to do one more triple OPC Ultimate instead of Asu, who gets to do a Future Rens Ultimate, unless you do double fever stuff, but no one cares. So as you can tell, the Jupiter Death setups eventually are going to do 60 to 100,000 extra damage, which is why I like Jupiter Death so much better, because, 100,000 is quite a lot. Even 60k is quite a lot. So, it's kind of just like standard tough stuff. Even though I do think they're the worst team in the game, they're still really good. So, a lot of people just think that because I have them bottom tier, I just, hate them. But yeah. So as you can see, 1.4 on the left. I don't know what the middle one is. And then, yeah. Pretty nice. Not too bad. Next up is Heartful, and keep in mind, we still have the Damage Ball Seal. You'll easily be able to tell when we don't have the Damage Ball Seal, and even if, you can't, or, don't remember, you can literally just go back to the previous clip with Tough, and you'll be able to see that Asu's team, compared to Jupiter Death's team, has a lot less damage balls to deal with. Look at this. Half my board is just damage balls. It's ridiculous. But thankfully, Heartful's really good. Well, at least Nyanbo Heartful is. So, the whole strategy I do is just spam Agaha as much as I can, but unfortunately, lack a G Sultan for he may not see Omi. This was actually my second try, by the way, which is really funny. So, it's pretty close, considering we're almost out of fever time. But thankfully, everything just happens to line up to where we win pretty effortlessly with Heartful, even without Doll U, which that would be really nice to have, which would allow us to do quite a bit extra damage. How much extra damage? Probably 50, 30k, something like that, considering Nyanbo multipliers. But yeah, not too shabby for Heartful, especially considering I have Tribe Advantage, which makes it a little less impressive. Next up, we have Izana, or, Eri, and I am using Izana instead of BD, because, it worked last time when I did it without the Damage Ball Seal, so I figured it'll probably work again this time. So, it's kind of just standard Eri stuff. I can't even tell if I got the G Ultimate for Marine. I probably did. I hope I did. I don't know. But, yeah, as you can see, over half my board is just damage balls, which definitely takes away from a lot of the potential skill you would have with this. This was kind of difficult with Eri, but, considering damage balls are, and, my lack of LBs for Izana, and apparently just bad luck, because as you can tell, I get, no Jingies. None. At all. It's ridiculous. And then, when I decide to use Izana a third time, I already have Arachnus' G Ultimate, and so, luckily, we get 2 Arachnus. So, it's ridiculous. My Arachnus is LV10, but my Izana is LV0, so they kind of cancel each other out. Then we finish off with a Jingi, and then, thankfully, we have... or not Jingi, Taicho Ray, whatever. Dragon Slayer's characters, 69,000. Let's go. Alright, guys, it pains me to say it, but I can't beat this throne stage with Brave. So, the problem is that, Brave's hardest hitting character is Megumin. However, Megumin takes 20 seconds to get her Soultimate to, fire. You can't sit around and wait on this throne because damage balls are going to tick down while normals are ticking down. So you can't do double fever strategies. You can't use a pre-fill Soultimate filler to get Megumin Soultimate because then you'll just spawn more damage balls. And so it's like anti-brave. I was really close on one run. However, because of the tribe disadvantage and the 10% less damage they're doing, they couldn't do it. And remember, my Megumin is limit break 10. Normally, she's like limit break 4. So without the damage ball seal to nerf it, I couldn't. Like, I spent probably a good 3 hours total trying to do it. And I couldn't. The closest I got was like 1.4 million. And like, I don't even get Megumin Soultimate to fire in fever time in this run. I had a better run, but I deleted it, I guess, so. Thankfully, this throne allows me to seal away the damage balls, and now we'll be able to actually win with Brave because they're not getting their HP drained away in ridiculous fashion. I know there are definitely some people that would be like, oh, if I was doing this, I'd easily be able to do it. No, you wouldn't. I would love to see somebody no bonus this throne stage with Brave, without attack booster sealing, and without beating normal 40. Like, because it's probably possible considering I got really close one time, and if you have all the perma bonuses, everybody G5, some extra LBs maybe, then it probably would be possible, and like insanely good RNG. But considering that, I wanted to get this video out today, I didn't feel like waiting around, and so I just got normal 40. And plus, there's still one more tribe we have to do. So, yeah. I decided to do a double fever strategy here just because, why not? So, and this throne, like, I normally want to consider, full sealed, but if there's a throne that doesn't, like, stop dealing damage balls, it definitely does have me kind of rethinking whether I want Brave as the second best tribe, because Mysterious pretty easily cleared it, but Brave, I had to seal it away. However, they still do, more than Charming does, so I'm not going to put them that low. I may be rethinking and putting Brave in third place, purely because of the damage balls. I am rethinking it, but considering Shady could do it, and like they do, Shady has the same problem, but they just have the ability to guard, so it's not as big a deal for them. But yeah, pretty easily, let's go on to the last tribe. Finally, we have the Enma team, semi-free to play. We have God of Armor Fudoma. If I had New Year's Kyra instead, this would be a lot easier, but I don't. So basically, this took a good while. I had to reset until I can get into fever time without taking a normal, which without a fast fever is definitely just 100% RNG. And I'm using Yami Shogi Enma, because despite Jane getting a boost from Women Power Jane, they're both the same character, and if I'm trying to get into fever time quickly, it's not really gonna help. So we do both the fever extends. Then we do God of Armor Fudoma, because I want to get God of Armor Fudoma, a Wedding Jane, and a Oni King Enma. However, I took too long, and so we got a Shogi Enma instead. So I decided to just link as many Oni Kings and God of Armors. Then we use Boso Enma Soultimate Fill. Then we do, I think, Oni King? Yep, Oni King, and thankfully we get a redrop because of Yami Enma. So then we do an EX Popper. Then I think we might do Jane. Yeah, we do Jane's G Soultimate. Then we do a God of Armor Fudoma, which triggers the revive. And thankfully, because Oni King Enma is the revive character, we just get enough damage and then do Oni King Enma Soultimate outside of fever time to just barely get the kill. But thankfully, we got one more team to finish it off. I like Mysterious. I like Subaru, so obviously we have to do the Subaru clear. Now, it's not much more difficult than the normal clear, because despite having like 1,000 less HP and dealing less damage, Mysterious is really cracked. So, and without the damage balls, it's definitely a lot easier. And again, this is like first try, so not too optimized like Enma, Tough, and Slippery was. So I can just goof around. Mysterious is great. They're really good. I probably am liking them better than I am liking Brave. So we got a pop heal when we did Mika's Ultimate. Then we're going to get an Aqua's Ultimate. Then we're going to use Subaru's Ultimate to get another Aqua's Ultimate, because Subaru is really good at that, because the large damage, bonus balls. Pretty nice for a character who needs like a size 5 Puni to get her G Soultimate. Then we'll do an Arle Soultimate, I'm fairly certain. Yeah. And then finish it off with someone. I don't know who. I think we got a guard right there. That doesn't really matter because we finished off with enough HP to tank one more counter if we needed to. So yeah, pretty easy. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and yeah, bye.